Hey everybody, my name's Adam. Never recorded myself like this before, but I'm planning on doing it much more. I plan on making some recordings. It might be once a day, or once a week, a couple times a week. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. But an aspiring writer, and I have written some part of my autobiography, as well as some other things. Uh, about myself and my story, and I think you'll understand a little bit after I give just a quick background about myself. That's all this video is going to be, just a couple minutes. So I'm 39 years old. I love dogs. I love taking walks. I love cooking, traveling, scenery, and probably most of all paintings, and especially paintings of scenery. Nautical paintings are one of my favorites. I don't know why. Just love it. I love the ocean. I love water. Period. So it's just something I truly enjoy. I also love going to antique stores and estate sales. Basically, I'm an old man living inside a little less than old man's body. Um, that being said, I grew up poor and a pretty difficult childhood. Uh, I had a lot of arrests, some nights in juvenile detention centers, and a lot of couch surfing from 14 to 18. I really wasn't going to school. I wasn't doing much anything besides getting into trouble, getting fucked up, making wrong decisions. Um, from 14 to 18. Um, when I was 16 years old, I signed up to go in the Marines. That was in the year 2000, so obviously before 9/11. Um, and I signed up for this thing called the Delayed Entry Program, which is a program that your parents have to sign for, give you consent to join the military. So I actually swore in when I was 16, but I didn't leave for boot camp until I was 18. So it was an easy decision for me to go to the Marines, though, because due to my pending charges, that I had new pending charges, and due to my previous record, I had a choice of either going into the military or I could be tried as an adult and go to um, an adult detention facility, which obviously was not something a 16-year-old would ever want to do. So 1 week after I turned 18, I went to boot camp. I was a problem child who got into a lot of trouble. I completed 4 years of active duty service in the United States Marine Corps, though. Uh, no problems at all. I got out as a Sergeant E5 in 4 years. I was an ordnance technician. Um, I during that time, during those 4 years, I was in from 2002 to 2006. I did 3 tours overseas. One tour was to Africa, Sierra Leone, and Sierra Leone, and Senegal, and then I also did 2 tours in Iraq. Um, from there, I kind of puddle jumped many different countries, uh, going to and from our final destinations. Just in between Iraq and North Carolina, where I was stationed, we just jump around. We'd hop around. We go to different countries. I think I've been to 17 or 18 different countries. Um, so, like I said, I was in from 2002 to 2006. I was married, had a daughter, and got married and had that daughter when I was both 19. So I was very young. That's the normal Marine Corps thing to do, not the smartest thing to do. Um, Life was great, though. I loved loved my wife. I loved my daughter. Things were going well until they weren't anymore. And that's where my story takes a turn. Um, so I ended up getting divorced after 14 years of marriage. Now my ex-wife is lovers and lives with one of my ex good friends from high school. Um, she took my daughter and they moved 1,500 miles away. Neither of them will speak to me. I was a heroin addict. I overdosed on more than one occasion. I've been in almost 40 car accidents and I've totaled around 20 vehicles. You kind of lose track after you wreck that many times, how many wrecks it's been, how many vehicles it's been. But at one time, obviously I couldn't get any insurance. USA quoted me one time $2,000 a month for insurance. Um, uh, just because I was a veteran, I guess they had to give me a quote, but that was my only shot at insurance at that point in time, which I did not take. Um, so after that, debilitating heart attack at 33, but bounced back. I felt great. I had a new lease on life. Actually, that's exactly what my cardiologist told me. He said, that you have a new lease on life. You have nothing else to worry about. And then they took me off blood thinners. Well, after they took me off blood thinners, um, 8 months after that, I had a massive heart attack. 100% blockage of my widowmaker artery. It was all due to blood clots in the exact same spot where the blood clots were for my first heart attack in my widowmaker artery. They put a stent in it the first time. Then they put blood clots, or then they put me on blood thinners and anticoagulants. They took me off them. As I said, 8 months later, they put me, or I was put back into the hospital after having a massive heart attack, 100% blockage in the exact same place in my widowmaker artery. All blood clots were over the exact stent in the exact same place. It's the only part of my heart that was injured at all. All my other arteries and valves, everything looked great. They said it was just that one spot. They had no idea why. And I almost died. And in some circumstances, people could say I did. I flatlined 6 times. I should be alive today. I have a new lease on life. There's really too much here to unpack about my life, but I kind of want to give you an overview. I know this has taken 9-10 minutes out of your life, and I do apologize for that. But I have a story to tell, and I promise I'll get much better as I go through these videos and begin to tell my story. As I've written a lot of it down, so I might just read a page or two of my book, or what I'm working on to be a book. Also, when I was in, in the hospital, I thought a lot of things were happening that weren't. I don't know if you believe in parallel universes, and there's a lot to unpack, and I would love if you guys would hear my story, and I would love to hear from all of you. Thank you so much.